Bambu Lab has been so generous and sent me a mystery box. I have no idea what's inside of this box. I've saved it so I could open it right here with you guys. It's pretty heavy. We have a lot to unbox. Let's get right into it. Oh my goodness, you guys. Look how much is in here. We have so much to look at. So we've got some PLA silk, the gilded rose, that'll be cool. PLA carbon fiber, we got the blue. This is PLA basic, the solar breeze. Ooh, PET G carbon fiber, indigo blue. PLA silk, gilded rose, we got 2 of those. PLA galaxy, nebulae, that'll be cool. PLA carbon fiber again, royal blue. Here we have a Hotend and a hardened steel extruder. I'm assuming so we can print the carbon fiber filaments. More PLA silk, another PLA galaxy, PLA carbon fiber, PLA basic solar breeze, and another of the PLA silk. All right, so now that we've gotten these out of the giant box, let's open them up, see what they look like. I haven't used like any of these actually. I'm new to using Bambu Filaments. I started 3D printing with an Anycubic Viper and I used Sunlu and Overture filaments mostly. I already had my like product line on Etsy using those filaments. So when I came to Bambu's printers, I still used those filaments. So I'm new to using Bambu's filaments. I've used a few of the basics. So this will be really cool for me to see what these are like, test them out, find some cool prints. So let's see, the first one we have here is a PLA basic solar breeze. And all of these came with the spools. They also have the option, I don't know about on these, but at least on the basic ones, to get it without the spool, so the refills, because I have a lot of the empty spools that I can use. That's so pretty. You can see, that's so pretty. And that one is the solar breeze, so that'll be cool. I'll find something fun to print with that one. And we got 3 of those. So plenty of this filament. Okay, next we have this PLA silk, which looks similar on the box, but we'll see what it looks like on the inside. It says pink and gold. Ooh, okay. That's so pretty. It's like shimmery. I'm very excited to see what that one's gonna look like. I haven't really used any silk filaments. Like maybe one ever. So this will be really cool. I've never really tried out a bunch of random filaments because I've always printed things to sell. It didn't make sense for me to buy a bunch of random things because that cut into my profit. And you guys probably already know, there's not a ton of profit when you're first starting out. So I didn't have the extra money to spend on fun filaments. I also didn't really have the printer space to do anything fun. So now that I have these fun filaments to try out and find some fun models that hopefully I can print for you guys. Back to this. Next, ooh, the PLA carbon fiber. Royal blue. That'll be nice. Oh, well, I'm not gonna be able to show you this one because it's in this first of all, and it's also in this. So once I get this out and dry it and show you the prints, you'll be able to see this. I'm not gonna open it just yet. All right, I have a feeling that this PET G carbon fiber is probably gonna look very similar to what I just showed you, so I'll save that also, get that in the dryer in a little bit. And then PLA Galaxy, this last one. Let's get this opened up, see what it looks like, and then start printing with this cool filament. PLA Galaxy. Oh, it's like sparkly. That is super cool. I don't know if you can really see on camera, but that is gonna be beautiful. Man, this is so cool. All right, so I've gotten all the filament out of the box. Next, we need to go find a fun model to print. Before we do that, I'm gonna throw the PLA carbon fiber into the dryer. So hopefully by the end of today or maybe early tomorrow, I'll be able to actually use it and start showing you guys some of the prints. Okay, so it says on the box in green that you need to dry it at 55 degrees for 8 to 12 hours. So let's head in there and do that. All right, so I've made this mistake before. Normally I would just puncture the hole and take it out, but these are resealable bags. I actually bought this kit, a Molin vacuum storage bags kit, and it comes with a bunch of bags and this little pump thing, or anti-pump, because it pulls the air out, I guess. But I got this kit, and so even if I did that, I still would have these bags with the vacuum holes to be able to seal it later on. So I may end up using these anyways. I'll make sure these are linked if you need a good bag. I like them pretty good. They've held for the amount of time that I've needed them to. All right, back to this. So rip it open. That was not a clean rip. Let's see if it still worked. It did. Oh my word. That is gorgeous. This is gonna be so pretty. All right, so this is the main dryer that I've been using. It's the Ebos Polythermus, something like that. I love it. I think it's great. You can see I'm currently using it for some other PETG, but I'll take that out for now. I actually need to use that today. Take that out. And it has these like rollers in case you wanted to use it in your actual printing setup. For now, I'm just gonna set that guy in there, put the lid on, and if you can see, I've already got it set to 55 degrees over here on the left. It's holding it at about 10% humidity, and it has about 9 hours left from what I was drying before, so I'm just gonna let this guy chill in there for a little bit until we need him later. Bye-bye. All right, so these are the two filaments that we are gonna be looking for models for. We have this one that's just the PLA basic, kind of color changing, and then we have this one that is the PLA silk, and it's the gilded rose. So both of these models are pretty orangey, pretty orange and pink. So let's go see what we can find and find something cool to print with these guys. All right, so we are in the computer. It's been a while since I've gotten to sit down at the computer and film a video for you guys, but it feels so good to be back. So let's head over to Makerworld. So I told you guys downstairs that I have not done much of this. Finding models to print for fun is new to me, so I'm glad I'm getting to share that with you guys. But this is what happens, I guess, when you go on to Makerworld and start to find something. So it wants to create a For You, because everything wants a For You page now. Thank you, TikTok. Skip my personal information. Okay, so now we are looking at some fun models. All right, and I have to keep in mind that I have the orange, pinkish, silk PLA, and I also have like the color changing one. So I'm gonna find something that would look good with those things in mind. This is gonna be very difficult to choose. Wow, this thing is intense. Ooh, this is cute. I don't think that would be a good idea to print with the filament that I have, but it's cute. Oh, this is cute. I think my son would love this. He loves like rocks and digging and stuff, so maybe I'll print this for him. That's really cute. That's how this is gonna be oriented. Okay, PLA carbon fiber. I don't want to use the carbon fiber for that, but the blue would look so cute actually. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll save this for when the carbon fiber is done drying. That's gonna be super cute. All right, so 3 hours and 52 minutes for this one, 28 minutes for that one, and 2 hours. Okay, this will be really cool. So I'm gonna download it. Let me grab the multicolor version. So right now, they have it set up to be generic PLA and Bambu matte PLA. But what I think I want to do is make this white area galaxy and make this blue area, we're going to make that the PLA basic that we just loaded. It's recommended that you can use any of these plates. I used a textured PEI plate. And the printer that I put the filament in has just the stainless steel that came with the printer, but I do have a printer that is already set up with the hardened steel nozzle, so if this doesn't go super well, I can just change it out for the nozzle that Bambu sent me. But I'm going to try not to do that just yet. I will need to use the steel nozzle for the carbon fiber, but we'll get there when we get there. So this seems to be ready. I'm going to slice it and send it. The white parts to print in slot 1, and we want the other parts to print in slot 2. All right. One print is headed to the printer. We still need to find something for the silk PLA. I don't think that's going to be too difficult. Let's go back over there, back over to Makerworld, and see what we can find for the silk. Ooh, that's a cool box too, but it's for the A1 and the A1 Mini. Fancy skull is kind of cool. I don't know why I'm so drawn to skulls. I've never really cared about skulls before, but for some reason I think this would look really cool. Only 4 hours? Alright. I have no idea what I will use this for, but I think it's pretty cool. Only 63 grams? In 3 hours? That can't be right. Oh, that says the A1, that's why. I'm gonna go load this filament really fast and come back and see if we can find some more models. There's too many options. I don't know why, but these are the kinds of things that are so intriguing to me. I guess because I like really practical things. It's like, I want to print something that's going to serve a purpose, not just randomly print something. I really like this. I just don't think it's going to be that cool with these filaments, but maybe. Assembly is very easy. No magnets or glue are needed. Soil goes in the pot, stems go in the soil, and leaves go on top of the stems. Download. Let's see what it looks like. Because I've been drawn to this every single time I've scrolled by it. Why so many pots? I know it said there were a lot. Maybe it's just to give you options. Oh, they print face down. Which I guess is cool. I could put them in my sparkly plates. Okay, we'll keep this one as an option. These are cute. Why was I not in the math section earlier? I love math. Ooh, this is cool. I love tangrams. Ooh, this is cool. Apparently this works. I would like to also see if this works. Open. I don't know how this is going to look with my filaments, but whatever. As you can tell, I think about prints for my son a lot. Even though he's really young and this has definitely got chokeable pieces, I could at least build it for him and see what he thinks. Alright, so we've got a sculpture printing. We have the skull, so we don't need that. Ooh, I do think these line art things are pretty cool. Not really what I meant by line art, but this is what I meant. Let's see if I click on this, if it'll give me other options over here. Okay, so that was the original. It's not supposed to be like this, but it's really cool though. Only 2.8 hours? That's pretty cool. Okay, so we've got a bunch of models to print. It's going to take a little bit of time, definitely won't be finished today, but I'll continue to show you guys the printing progress, and then at the end we'll take a look at everything that I was able to print. Alright, let's get into this PLA Galaxy so that we can get this into the printer. Ooh, the shimmer. This is going to be so pretty. I'm very excited for this. Alright, so this one is good. And then we said we were going to do this one, the PLA Basic. Alright. So let's get a nice little side-by-side. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Maybe a bit clashy, but that's alright. Alright, so the carbon fiber PLA is almost done drying. To be able to use it, I'm gonna have to put both of these parts onto one of my P1Ss. So they sent me the hardened steel extruder and the complete Hotend assembly. So let's go change those. It's super easy, shouldn't take us long, and then we can get that carbon fiber filament printing. Make sure you turn off your printers. I forget to do that way too often. This is why I need that box that I'm printing, because these tools kind of just end up somewhere. First, I need to take out the old nozzle and the cutter and the extruder. So, screws. Now I'm going to lower the cutter lever. You don't have to take that screw out. You can just loosen it and then the lever just kind of falls down. And so now I'll take out the extruder, I'll take it in there, change out the gears, come back. All right, extruder is out. Now let's go put in the hardened gears. All right, so before I take that one apart, I'm gonna make sure that this is just the gears and it's not the full unit. That is the hot end. And this is what I was after. Hardened steel extruder gear assembly. So it is just the gears, which is fine. You'll get to see how easy that is. That, I assume, is how that goes, hopefully. Just going to take out all of these screws. Don't know what those were because this is the old one. This is the new one with the black. Oh yeah, and I gotta take this thing out too. So then the silver one comes out and it was like this. So the black one is gonna go in right there and then screw this back in over here. Okay, and then this will go in there. Oh, okay, those silver pieces were to replace these, I guess, if you needed to. I don't know that I do. I guess I'll find out later. You guys can let me know in the comments, and if I do need to replace those, I will come back and do it later. Just putting all the screws back in. Okay, perfect. Now we are ready to put this back in the machine, and then change the hot end as well. Now that that is done, I can get this nozzle out of the bag. And it just slides in there. Right, I can put the cutter lever back. Tighten the screws. Right, and now plug in all the pieces and I'm done. Super easy. Now let's get this carbon fiber filament loaded and start the prints. Good morning. We are back for day 2 of printing these awesome filaments from Bambu Lab. A few of the prints have already finished. We've got the hand coming through, the skull is done, and the cool toolbox is finished. On the printer right now, I think we have one carbon fiber print that I don't think went very well. I'll show you that very soon, so we might have to pick a different model or adjust some of the settings for that one. And then I also printed a nameplate in the Galaxy, so pretty cool. We'll grab those off the printers and then we'll just keep this ball rolling. It's now 1 week later and I'm finally done printing for the video. Now, I could have kept going forever because I kept having idea after idea, but I had to stop somewhere. So what I've got is good enough. We have a lot to go over. The prints turned out amazing. Let's get right to it. Okay, so for the filaments, you guys know that we had the PLA Silk, the PLA Galaxy, PLA Basic, and PLA Carbon Fiber. I'm gonna start with the PLA Carbon Fiber. It was this amazing blue color. A couple of the prints I really liked. The tractor, I think this thing was incredible. I really enjoyed the print in place kit card kind of thing. I hope one day that I can do one of these with my son. Once he's a little older, of course, these small parts and his attention span, it just wouldn't go well right now, but in the future, I would love for this to become a more popular thing, and I'm definitely gonna be trying it with my son. I loved the little tractor. The build was super easy. Coming off the card was easy. The print was easy. It worked well with the carbon fiber filament. It worked well with the Galaxy filament. Overall, this was a great model. Next was the camera. I really liked the camera. The reason I printed it is because I think I'm gonna put the two of them up there on that top shelf. I think that would be just a nice little aesthetic for this room, especially since I'm pretty much just filming in here. This is my main backdrop, so I think it would look pretty good right there too. The bucket didn't really work out. It was 100% my error. I could have spent more time figuring out how to print that correctly, but I gave it 3 solid tries, got better as I went, but I just didn't have the time to keep tinkering with this. If you guys have any ideas, I'm sure it was a cooling issue and a speed issue. If you have any ideas that would lead me in the right direction to get that printed successfully, let me know. I'll make sure all of these models are linked in the description. All right, so that pretty much does it for PLA carbon fiber. I loved this filament. I thought it was gorgeous. I didn't print a nameplate with it, but the camera is basically the same as a nameplate. It's just like an outline design. Looks pretty cool. I don't know that I would use it for a nameplate because of how expensive it is, but it was nice. If you need a PLA carbon fiber, it was cool. This silk was really pretty. The hand was really, really cool. I really liked this design. I'd like to see how big I could make this design. Maybe in the future, I could try out a bunch of those kind of hovering designs with like the string art inside and just see how I can stretch the limits of my printer. I loved this filament though. I like the shimmer on it. When you print it face down, it's really pretty getting the design from the plate and then also the shimmer of the filament. And then the skull, I think that skull is so pretty. I'm actually gonna put it probably right here for now. I don't know why I keep putting skulls everywhere, like over here on my wall. And one of my very first videos was this skull. I have that really cool skull bookmark. And then now this skull here. Never been a big skull gal, but maybe that's what I'm becoming. Really liked the silk. I didn't print a nameplate in this one either because just like with the carbon fiber, the silk camera is basically the same thing as a nameplate and I can see what it would look like. Maybe down the road I'll release like a silk line of nameplates, but it's kind of hit or miss with that top finish and that's kind of the part that really matters on the nameplate. So it might look good on one of my multicolor like stacked versions. Might try that in the future, but for now I just printed the camera, thought it was pretty cool. I also used it a little bit for the plant design. It's in the leaves some, and then one of the pots was also this silk filament. So I liked it, probably won't add it to my stock line for my nameplates, but it might be nice to throw it into a project here or there. The PLA Basic, the color changing one, gradient. It was cool. I think the gradient may change a little bit too fast for the nameplates because if you look at the top of it, it's just kind of like stripes going through the nameplate. But if you used it on something that maybe was a little bit longer or taller maybe, I think it would look great. I really like the filament on the box, the toolbox. I love the toolbox. I think that the gradient worked perfect on the side of that one. It was like the perfect color change from level to level. On the leaves, it was pretty subtle. You couldn't really tell. It kind of looked about the same as the silk, especially since they printed face down and it added the effect from the plate. I like the filament. It was super easy to print. If you're looking for a quick color change, maybe try that one out. And last, my favorite filament, the Galaxy. I will 100% be buying more of this Galaxy filament. I will be adding it to my stock line of nameplates. I'm going to be using it a lot because I love it. If you print it face down and you add extra sparkles from the build plate, you get an even better effect. But on its own, it's glittery, it's sparkly, it's beautiful. I love it. I used it in part of the little tractor that I showed you guys earlier. Loved it. I think it added a nice touch to that little tractor with like the matte carbon fiber and then this nice black sparkly, navy sparkly. Both nameplates looked cool. And then the box, I think it was cool to have the outside of the box, the main part, be this cool sparkly color. And it even like popped with that orange. I think it looked great. And then I finally got a successful print on the bucket. The supports came off cleanly. It looked nice. It printed nice, easily, just stock settings for the Galaxy PLA. If you can't tell, I really love this filament and I will be buying more of it. And that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a blast making this video. It's very refreshing to actually print for fun instead of just printing products to sell. Don't get me wrong, I do love printing to sell, but this was just a nice little change of pace. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If there are any models out there that you want me to try and print in my next version of this video, let me know in the comments. Of course, I could just do what I did today and scroll through Makerworld, but it'll be fun for me and for you if there's a chance that your model will show up in my next video. Also, let me know what filaments you'd like to see me try next. I had so much fun opening the mystery box, finding models to print, and just making these filaments work for those items. That was just so much fun for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you again for watching. I literally would get to do none of this if it wasn't for you guys. Thank you to Bambu Lab for sending me these awesome filaments to try. That's all for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.